Welcome to one of the hottest, driest, and lowest places on Earth, Death Valley National Park. Out here, the sun beats down with relentless fury, baking the earth and pushing even the toughest creatures to their limits. But don't let that scare you off. Within this seemingly barren landscape lies a world of stark beauty and hidden wonders. Over the next few days, we're going to embark on an epic journey through this extraordinary national park. Are you ready? Let's go. Right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the heat. Death Valley didn't get its name for nothing. This place is a furnace. Temperatures here can soar past 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and believe me, that's hot enough to bake a cake on your dashboard. The reason for this extreme heat lies in Death Valley's unique geography. It's a long, narrow basin, almost like a trough between two towering mountain ranges, the Panamint Range to the west and the Amargosa Range to the east. These mountains act like walls, trapping the heat inside the valley. The valley floor itself is incredibly low, sitting at a staggering 282 feet below sea level at its lowest point. Now, this extreme heat and low elevation might make you think that Death Valley is just a barren wasteland, but you couldn't be more wrong. This place is teeming with life, from the tiniest desert insects to the majestic bighorn sheep that roam the mountains. Every creature, every plant has had to adapt to thrive in this unforgiving environment. Take the desert tortoise, for example. This incredible creature can survive for months without a drop of water, storing it in its bladder for those scorching summer days. So yes, Death Valley is hot, it's dry, and it's a challenge. But it's also a place of incredible beauty and resilience. If there's one thing you don't want to miss in Death Valley, it's a sunrise at Zabriskie Point. Trust me on this one. This place is magical. Imagine this. The first rays of dawn creep over the horizon, painting the Badlands below in a kaleidoscope of colors. Zabriskie Point offers a panoramic view of some of the most unique and otherworldly landscapes Death Valley has to offer. You'll see a labyrinth of eroded badlands sculpted by centuries of wind and rain. The colors range from golden yellows to deep reds and browns, all bathed in the soft, warm light of the rising sun. Now, getting up before dawn might seem like a hardship, but I promise you, the view from Zabriskie Point is worth every lost minute of sleep. As you stand there watching the landscape come alive in the morning light, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the sheer power of nature. So set your alarms early, grab your camera, and get ready to witness one of the most spectacular sunrises you'll ever see. Our journey through Death Valley takes us next to Furnace Creek, a true oasis in the desert and a place steeped in history. Back in the 1880s, this place was a bustling hub of activity, all thanks to the discovery of borax, that stuff you find in laundry detergent. Miners flocked to Death Valley, lured by the promise of striking it rich. They braved the scorching heat and unforgiving terrain to extract this valuable mineral, transforming Furnace Creek into a boomtown practically overnight. As the borax deposits dwindled, so too did the town's population. Today, Furnace Creek is a shadow of its former self, but its history lives on in the remnants of the past. You can still see the old borax works, a testament to the ingenuity and determination of those early pioneers. Get ready to descend to the lowest point in North America, Badwater Basin. Sitting at a staggering 282 feet below sea level, this surreal landscape feels like stepping onto another planet. As you walk across the vast expanse of salt flats, it's hard to believe that this entire area was once submerged beneath a massive lake. Over time, the water evaporated, leaving behind a crusty layer of salt that stretches as far as the eye can see. Look closely and you'll spot small, hardy plants called pickleweed clinging to life in this salty realm. Standing at Badwater Basin, surrounded by such stark beauty, you can feel the immensity of geological time. It's a humbling experience, reminding us of the ever-changing nature of our planet. Lace up your hiking boots. We're about to explore the stunning trails of Golden Canyon. This is one of Death Valley's most popular hiking destinations, and for good reason. As you venture into the canyon, you'll be surrounded by towering golden walls, sculpted by centuries of erosion. The rock formations here are simply breathtaking, with names like Red Cathedral and Manly Beacon hinting at their grandeur. Keep your eyes peeled for wildlife. Bighorn sheep are known to roam these canyons. One of the most popular trails in Golden Canyon is the Gower Gulch Loop, a moderate 2-mile hike that takes you past some of the canyon's most impressive features. As you hike, take your time, soak in the views, and appreciate the raw beauty of this incredible landscape. Deep within Death Valley lies a place of mystery and intrigue, the Racetrack Playa. This dry lake bed is home to one of nature's most enduring puzzles, rocks that seem to move on their own, leaving long, mysterious trails behind them. For years, the sailing stones of Racetrack Playa have baffled scientists and visitors alike. How could these heavy rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, move across the flat, dry lake bed? Theories abounded, from magnetic fields to alien intervention. It wasn't until recently that scientists finally cracked the code using time-lapse photography and GPS tracking to solve the mystery. Turns out the rocks are moved by a rare combination of ice, wind, and water. During the winter months, thin sheets of ice form on the playa. When the ice begins to melt, it breaks into large panels that are then driven across the playa by strong winds. As the ice panels move, they push the rocks along with them, leaving those telltale trails in the mud. Get ready to experience the magic of Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes, a photographer's dream and an adventurer's playground. These towering dunes, sculpted by the wind into ever-changing shapes, are a sight to behold. As you trek across the soft, yielding sand, you'll feel like you've stepped into another world. Sunrise and sunset are the best times to visit Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. The light is simply magical, casting long shadows and painting the dunes in warm hues of orange, pink, and purple. If you're feeling adventurous, try your hand at sandboarding down the dunes. As the day draws to a close, find a comfortable spot atop a dune and watch as the stars begin to twinkle above you. After a long day of exploring, you're going to have worked up an appetite. Luckily, Death Valley isn't just about extreme landscapes. It's also home to some surprisingly good grub. And there's no better place to experience the local cuisine than at the inn at Furnace Creek. This historic hotel has been welcoming travelers for over a century, and its dining room offers a taste of Death Valley's culinary heritage. Their chefs use fresh, locally sourced ingredients whenever possible, creating dishes that are both delicious and visually appealing. Be sure to try their signature date shake, a Death Valley classic made with locally grown dates. It's the perfect way to cool down after a day in the sun. So pull up a chair, relax, and savor the flavors of Death Valley at the inn at Furnace Creek. As night descends on Death Valley, a new kind of magic comes alive. The stars emerge, brilliant and countless, in a sky so dark and clear it feels like you could reach out and touch them. Death Valley is renowned for its stargazing opportunities. The park's remote location, coupled with its dry, clear air, creates some of the darkest skies in North America, making it an astronomer's paradise. On a clear night, you can see thousands of stars with the naked eye, including the Milky Way stretching across the sky like a river of light. If you're lucky enough to be in Death Valley during a meteor shower, be sure to find a dark spot, lie back, and watch as shooting stars streak across the sky. For the best stargazing experience, head to one of Death Valley's designated dark sky areas, like Harmony Borax Works or Zabriskie Point. Bring a blanket, a red flashlight, and a star chart to help you navigate the constellations. We've had an incredible journey through Death Valley, haven't we? But before we wrap things up, we need to talk about safety. This is an extreme environment, and respecting that is crucial for a safe and enjoyable experience. First and foremost, hydrate or die. The desert heat is no joke. Bring plenty of water, more than you think you'll need, and drink it constantly, even if you don't feel thirsty. Dehydration can sneak up on you fast out here. Next, dress for the conditions. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing, a wide-brimmed hat, and sunglasses to protect yourself from the sun. Plan your activities for the cooler parts of the day, like early morning or late evening. Avoid strenuous activity during the hottest hours and seek shade whenever possible. Tell someone where you're going and when you expect to be back. Cell phone service can be spotty in Death Valley, so it's important to let someone know your plans in case of an emergency. And finally, respect the wildlife. Observe animals from a distance and never approach or feed them. Well, there you have it, adventurers. We've explored the depths of Death Valley from its scorching salt flats to its star-filled skies. We've tested our limits, marveled at its beauty, and uncovered some of its secrets. Thank you for joining me on this extreme adventure in Death Valley. Remember, respect the heat, stay hydrated, and keep exploring safely. Until next time, stay adventurous.